You spent your whole life shopping smart, raising families, making every dollar count. You know the value of money because you worked hard for every cent. But supermarkets today are using 5 specific tricks designed to separate you from that money. And seniors are the primary target. Not because you're easy to fool, but because you're loyal, you're trusting, and you shop more frequently than any other age group. That makes you valuable, and that makes you vulnerable. I'm not there to scare you, I'm here to protect you. Because knowledge is power, and once you see these scams for what they are, they lose their power over you. You'll walk through those automatic doors differently. You'll look at price tags differently. You'll check your receipt differently, and most importantly, you'll keep more of your hard-earned money in your pocket where it belongs. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through 5 specific scams that supermarkets use every single day. Some of them are so subtle you've probably never noticed. Others you might have suspected but weren't sure. By the end of this, you'll know exactly what to watch for, how to protect yourself, and how to fight back when they try to overcharge you. Because that's what this is about, taking back control. You've earned that right. Let's start with something that happens more often than you'd ever believe. Something so common, so widespread that it's costing American shoppers billions of dollars every year. And seniors, because they tend to buy more items per trip, are hit the hardest. The first scam is called scanner errors, but that's a polite way of saying it. What's really happening is this. The price on the shelf doesn't match the price that rings up at the register. You see a can of soup marked 1 by 29. You put it in your cart, you get to checkout, and it rings up as 1.79, 50 cents more. You might not even notice, and that's exactly what they're counting on. Now you might be thinking, that's just a mistake, someone forgot to update the system. And sometimes, yes, that's true. But here's what studies have found. When there's a price discrepancy, it's wrong in the store's favor about 80% of the time. Let that sink in. 4 out of 5 pricing errors benefit the store, not you. That's not random. That's not an accident. That's a pattern. A few years ago, a consumer protection agency did a study. They sent investigators into supermarkets across the country and checked pricing accuracy. They found errors in nearly half of the stores they visited. And in the majority of cases, the customer was being overcharged. One store had error rates as high as 15%, meaning 1 in every 7 items rang up incorrectly. Imagine doing a grocery trip with 30 items. That could mean 4 or 5 items charging you more than they should. An extra $1 here, $2 there. By the time you're home and unpacking, you've paid $10 or $15 more than you should have, and you don't even know it. Seniors are particularly vulnerable to this because many of us were raised not to make a fuss, not to hold up the line, not to question authority or create a scene. Cashiers know this. Managers know this. They're counting on you to just pay and leave. And most of the time, that's exactly what happens. So here's what you do. First, pay attention as your items are being scanned. I know it's tempting to start bagging or looking at your phone or chatting with the cashier. Don't. Watch that screen. If something looks wrong, speak up immediately. Say, "Excuse me, that showed 179, but the shelf said 129. Can we check that?" Most cashiers will fix it without argument. If they push back, ask for a manager. You're not being difficult, you're being smart. Second, check your receipt before you leave the store. Not in the car, not at home. Right there while you're still in the building. If you find an error, go straight to customer service. Most stores have a policy. If an item rings up wrong, you get it for free or at a significant discount. But you have to catch it and report it. They're not going to come find you. Third, consider keeping a running list of prices in your head or on your phone for items you buy regularly. If you know that your usual brand of coffee is always $8.99 and suddenly it rings up as $9.99, you'll notice. That's power. That's control. And that's exactly what these stores don't want you to have. This isn't about being paranoid. It's about being informed. You've spent a lifetime being careful with money. Don't let a grocery store take advantage of that now. The second scam is sneakier, and it's called shrinkflation. You've probably heard the term, but you might not realize how aggressively it's being used against you right now. Here's how it works. Instead of raising the price of a product, they make the product smaller. Same package, same price, less inside. And they do it so gradually that most people never notice. Let me give you some real examples. That box of cereal you've been buying for 20 years? It used to be 16 ounces, then it dropped to 14, then 12. Now, some are down to 10 ounces. But the box is still the same size, and the price is still the same, or even higher. They've literally filled the box with more air and less cereal, and you're paying the same amount for less food. Ice cream is one of the worst offenders. A half gallon used to be 64 ounces, then it became 56, then 48. Now, some brands are selling 40-ounce containers and still calling them a half gallon, even though they're not. The container looks the same, the label looks similar, but you're getting 40% less ice cream than you did 10 years ago, and paying more for it. Toilet paper, paper towels, garbage bags, they've all shrunk. Candy bars are smaller, chip bags have fewer. Chips. Even canned goods, which you'd think would be standard, have gone from 16 ounces to 14 in many cases. And the packaging is designed to hide this. They make the cans slightly shorter, but the same diameter. They add extra cardboard to boxes. They use opaque packaging, so you can't see how much empty space there is. Why does this matter more for seniors? Because many of you are on fixed incomes. Every dollar matters. And when you're paying the same price for less product, you're effectively paying more per ounce. That adds up. Over a year, across all your groceries, shrinkflation could be costing you hundreds of dollars in lost value. You're not getting less money in your Social Security check, but you're getting less food for that money. That's a pay cut, disguised as business as usual. Here's how you protect yourself. Start checking the unit price. Every price tag on the shelf has two numbers: the item price and the unit price. The unit price tells you how much you're paying per ounce, per pound, per count. That's the number that matters. A box of crackers might be $3.99, and that sounds reasonable. But if the unit price is 45 cents per ounce, and the store brand next to it has a unit price of 22 cents per ounce, guess what? The store brand is twice the value, even if the box is smaller. This takes practice, but once you start doing it, it becomes second nature. You'll start to see patterns. You'll realize that the brand you've been loyal to for 30 years is now ripping you off. And that's a hard pill to swallow, but it's the truth. Brand loyalty is costing you money. These companies are counting on your nostalgia, your habits, your trust. Don't give it to them for free. Also, consider buying in bulk when it makes sense. Warehouse stores like Costco or Sam's Club often have better unit prices because they haven't shrunk their products as aggressively. Yes, there's a membership fee, but if you're spending $400 a month on groceries, that membership pays for itself in a few trips. And if you can't store bulk items, go with a friend or family member and split the purchase. You both save money, and the stores hate it because they lose that markup. Shrinkflation is legal, it's widespread, and it's not going away. But that doesn't mean you have to be a victim of it. Knowledge is your defense. Attention is your weapon. Use them. Now let's talk about the third scam, and this one is going to make you angry because it preys directly on trust. It's called the sale that isn't really a sale. You've seen it 1,000 times. Big red tags, yellow stickers. Signs screaming sale or special or limited time only. And you feel that little rush, that sense of getting a deal, of being smart, of saving money. Except you're not. In many cases, that sale price is the same as the regular price, or it's only a few cents cheaper. And sometimes, believe it or not, the sale price is actually higher than what the item cost last week. This is called artificial discounting, and it's rampant. Supermarkets will raise the price of an item for a few weeks, then put it on sale for what it used to cost normally, and you think you're getting a bargain. Or they'll create a fake compare at price. You see a sign that says, our price, $4.99. Compare at $7.99, and you think you're saving $3. But that $7.99 price, it's made up. No one, anywhere, is selling that item for $7.99. They just printed a number to make their price look good. Another trick is the buy one get one scam. It sounds great, buy one get one free. But here's what they don't tell you. They've doubled the price of the first item, so you're not getting a deal. You're paying full price for two, just structured differently. Or they'll do buy two, get one, free. But the math works out so you're paying the same per item as you would if you bought them individually at the regular price. It's theater, it's manipulation, and it works because it sounds generous. There's also something called 10 for 10 pricing. You see a sign that says yogurt, 10 for 10, and you think you have to buy 10 to get that price. So you load up your cart with 10 yogurts even though you only need 4. But here's the secret. In most stores, you don't have to buy 10. Each one is $1. They just phrase it that way to make you buy more. And if you're not eating all 10 before they expire, you're wasting money and food. They've tricked you into overbuying. Why do seniors fall for this more than other groups? Because your generation was taught to look for sales, to clip coupons, to hunt for value. You equate on sale with good deal automatically, and supermarkets know this. They know that slapping a red tag on something will make you more likely to buy it, even if the price hasn't actually changed. It's psychological manipulation, plain and simple. So how do you fight back? First, stop trusting sale signs. I know that sounds cynical, but it's necessary. Start tracking the prices of items you buy regularly. Keep a small notebook or use your phone. Write down what you paid for milk, eggs, bread, coffee, whatever you buy every week. Then, when you see those items on sale, you'll actually know if it's a real discount or a fake one. Second, do the math yourself. Don't let the store do it for you. If something is buy one, get one, divide the total price by 2 and see if that per item price is actually better than buying one at the regular price. Often it's not. If something says 10 for $10, ask a store employee if you have to buy 10. Most will admit you don't. Then buy only what you need. Third, use apps that track prices for you. Apps like Flip or Basket let you compare prices across different stores and see price histories. You can check if that sale on chicken is actually a good deal, or if it was cheaper last month. Technology can work for you instead of against you. Don't let flashy signs and fake urgency pressure you into spending more than you should. You're smarter than that. You've been navigating sales and marketing for decades. It's just gotten more aggressive and more deceptive. But you can adapt, and you will. The fourth scam is one that most people don't even realize is happening, and it costs you money every single trip. It's called strategic product placement, and it's designed to make you spend more by putting expensive items exactly where you're most likely to grab them without thinking. Walk into any supermarket and look at the shelves. The most expensive brands are always at eye level. The cheaper options, the store brands, the better values, they're down low or up high. You have to bend down or reach up to get them. And supermarkets know that most people, especially seniors who might have mobility issues or just don't want the hassle, will grab what's easiest to reach. That's not an accident, that's strategy. They pay the big brands for that premium shelf space, and you pay the premium price. Here's another trick. They put the essentials, the things you came in for, at the back of the store. Milk, eggs, bread, they're never near the entrance. Why? Because they want you to walk past hundreds of other products on your way there. And the longer you're in the store, the more you'll buy. Studies show that for every minute you spend in a supermarket beyond your planned time, you spend an additional $1. That's why they make you walk through the entire store just to get a gallon of milk. And then, there's the impulse zone, the checkout aisle. This is where they load up candy, magazines, drinks, gum, all those little items that seem cheap but add up fast. You're standing there waiting, bored, and you start grabbing things. It's only $1. It's just a candy bar. But 4 or 5 of those little purchases later, you've added $10 to your bill. And that's per trip. Multiply that by 50 trips a year, and you've spent $500 on junk you didn't need and didn't plan for. Seniors are targeted here too, because supermarkets have studied your shopping patterns. They know you tend to shop during off-peak hours when stores are quieter. They know you take your time, comparing products, reading labels. They use that against you. The longer you're in the store, the more they can tempt you. The more you're exposed to their layout tricks, the more you spend. So here's how you beat them at their own game. First, always shop with a list. I know you've heard this 1,000 times, but it works. Write down exactly what you need before you leave the house and stick to it. If it's not on the list, it doesn't go in the cart. Period. This simple rule can Cut your grocery bill by 20% or more because you're not making impulse decisions. Second, shop the perimeter of the store first. That's where the fresh stuff is: produce, meat, dairy, bread. Most of the middle aisles are processed foods with higher markups. Do your perimeter shopping, cross off most of your list, and then make quick, targeted trips into the aisles for the few remaining items. Don't wander. Don't browse. Get in, get what you need, get out. Third, look high and low on the shelves. Train yourself to check the top and bottom shelves first, not eye level. That's where the better values are hiding. Yes, it's less convenient. Yes, it takes an extra few seconds. But those few seconds save you real money. Bend down, reach up, your wallet will thank you. Fourth, avoid the checkout lane impulse zone. If you're waiting in line and you feel tempted, look away, look at your phone. Strike up a conversation with the cashier. Do anything except stare at those strategically placed snacks and magazines. Better yet, use self-checkout if your store has item. You control the pace, and there's no one pressuring you to keep moving while you bag, which means you can take your time and avoid distractions. Store layouts are designed by psychologists who understand how people think, how they move, and what makes them buy. But once you understand the game, you can refuse to play. You're not a puppet. You're a smart, experienced shopper who's wise to their tricks. Act like it. The fifth and final scam is the most insidious because it feels like they're doing you a favor. It's called the loyalty card trap. Every supermarket has one. They promise you discounts, exclusive deals, personalized coupons, points toward rewards. And on the surface, it seems great. Free to join, easy to use, saves you money. Except it doesn't. Not really. Here's what's actually happening. When you use a loyalty card, the supermarket tracks every single thing you buy. Every item, every trip, every dollar. They build a detailed profile of your shopping habits, your preferences, your weaknesses, and then they use that information against you. They see that you buy a certain brand of coffee every 2 weeks. So they raise the price on that coffee, knowing you'll pay it because you're loyal. They see that you often buy cookies on Friday afternoons, so they send you a coupon for cookies, but only for a brand that's more expensive than what you usually buy. They're not helping you save. They're manipulating you into spending more, and those personalized deals they send you? They're designed to get you into the store more often. You get a coupon for $1 off yogurt, but it expires in 3 days, so you make an extra trip. And while you're there for that yogurt, you buy $30 worth of other stuff you didn't plan on. That coupon didn't save you money. It cost you money. There's also a darker side to this. Your data, your shopping habits, your personal information, it's being sold. Supermarkets sell this data to manufacturers, to marketers, to data brokers. They're profiting off your information twice. Once when you buy groceries, and again when they sell your data. And you don't see any of that. You just get a few cents off a can of soup and think it's a fair trade. It's not. Now I know what you're thinking. But I do save money with my card. I see the discounts on my receipt. Yes, you do. But here's the thing. Those discounts are artificial. The store raises the base price, then gives card holders a discount, back to what the item should cost anyway. Non-card holders are being overcharged, and card holders are being manipulated into thinking they're getting a deal when they're really just paying a fair price. It's smoke and mirrors. So what do? Honestly, this one's tricky. If you refuse to use a loyalty card, you'll pay more in the short term because stores have structured their pricing to punish non-members. That's intentional. But here's a compromise. Use the card for the discounts, but opt out of data tracking where possible. Most cards have privacy settings online. Log in, go to your account, and turn off data sharing, targeted marketing, and personalized offers. It won't stop all tracking, but it limits it. Also, use a secondary email address for your loyalty accounts, not your primary one. Use a phone number that's not your main one if you can. Give them as little real information as possible. They want your data? Make it as useless as possible. Don't fill out surveys. Don't sign up for their apps unless you absolutely have to. Keep your interaction with their system minimal, and most importantly, don't let those coupons and personalized offers dictate your shopping. Just because they send you a coupon doesn't mean you need the product. If you weren't planning to buy it, anyway, the coupon isn't saving you money, It's costing you money. Ignore it. Delete it. Don't let their algorithm tell you what to buy. You decide. You're in control. Loyalty cards are a trade-off. You get small discounts in exchange for your privacy and your shopping autonomy. Know what you're giving up and decide if it's worth it. So here we're 5 scams. 5 ways supermarkets are designed to take more of your money. Scanner errors that overcharge you. Shrinkflation that gives you less for the same price. Fake sales that aren't really sales. Strategic placement that tricks you into buying expensive items. And loyalty cards that track and manipulate your every move. These aren't theories. These aren't exaggerations. These are documented, proven tactics that cost American shoppers billions every year. And seniors, because you're loyal, because you're trusting, because you shop frequently, you're hit harder than anyone else. But now you know, and knowledge is power. You can walk into any supermarket tomorrow with your eyes open. You can check those price tags. You can compare unit prices. You can ignore the fake sales and the impulse zones. You can shop with a list and stick to it. You can protect your privacy and your wallet at the same time. This isn't about being paranoid or angry. It's about being smart. You've been smart your whole life. You've raised families, managed households, stretched budgets, made sacrifices, and still found a way to thrive. You didn't do all that just to be taken advantage of now. You deserve better, you deserve respect, and you deserve to keep the money you've worked so hard for. So starting today, fight back, pay attention, ask questions, challenge errors, compare prices, read receipts. Don't let anyone, not a corporation, not a marketing team, not a fancy sales sign, tell you how to spend your money. That's your decision, that's your right, and that's your power. You've earned every dollar in your bank account. Don't let a supermarket quietly steal it from you. One overcharge, one shrunken package, one fake sale at a time. You're too smart for that. You're too experienced for that. And you're too valuable to be treated like just another transaction. Walk in with your head high, your list in hand, and your eyes wide open. Show them that you're not an easy target. Show them that your generation didn't get this far by being foolish. And show yourself that retirement doesn't mean giving up control. It means using a lifetime of wisdom to navigate a world that's constantly trying to take advantage. You've got this. I believe in you, and I'll be here with more truth, more protection, and more practical strategies to help you keep what's yours. Thank you for watching. If this opened your eyes, hit that thumbs up. If you want more honest content that respects your intelligence and your experience, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, shop smart, stay vigilant, and remember, you've earned the right to be treated fairly. Don't settle for anything less.